Hey YouTube, it's Fred here from Hillians Bricks and I hope you're all well. And in today's video I'm going to be talking on why I have a love-hate relationship with eBay. Now, a few months ago I created a video on why I was going to leave eBay, and that's actually a video has been doing quite well. I'm getting a lot of comments with people with similar views who are also fed up with the platform. Now, for full disclosure, I have actually gone back onto eBay since then, and I'm going to start this video talking in the first place why I left in the first place, what decided to bring me back to the platform, and then also what frustrations I still have with it. So let's start with the first thing, why I left in the first place. So there's kind of like three things that kind of made me leave, right? So the first one fundamentally was the fees. I sell Lego minifigures mainly on my eBay page, and as a percentage of the value of final sales, it was a significant percentage that eBay was taking. And I initially got lots of free listings, but after a while they auto relist all the time every 30 days. And after about 3 months, those free listings disappeared, and I got stung with huge free listing fees, and I kind of got surprised by that. It's kind of caught me out. So, that's my fault. I think I should have been better prepared and kind of looked more into the details. But I think it's kind of a way of luring you in, thinking that you're always going to get the free listings, and then when you don't, you get charged. I think it was like something like 35 pence for every listing. And knowing that my minifigures only sell between £3 to £5 on average, as a percentage, that's pretty huge, right? And then it also feels that it's quite unfair because other people will get those offers for free listings and who sell like the similar sort of thing, so they can undercut you in price quite easily. And at the end, it added up to like 20 or 30% on the fees of my final selling price, which was quite a large amount, I thought. And then they also pushed me down the managed payments. So not only was I going to get no longer being paid through PayPal, everything was going to be going through managed payments, and that kind of takes longer now. I don't see that as a big deal anymore, but at the time I thought, well, this is another thing, way of eBay trying to make money out of me, and trying to screw me over and not giving me an option. So that kind of was what was also pushing me towards exiting eBay. And then I started watching lots of YouTube videos with lots of people posting negative feedback in terms of the fact that they've had many issues with like some of their customers. Touch wood, I've not had any at that time. I still haven't really. But it showed that eBay really sided with the buyer, even though the seller, was probably not in the wrong. And for me, that was kind of wrong, right? I think you should always support the people who are actually helping you make the money as well, which is the sellers, I believe, because they will pay the fees ultimately to eBay and not necessarily, the buyer. Okay, obviously you need buyers, but they're not going to be buyers if there's no sellers. So that's in a nutshell why I left in the first place. So why would I come back, right? So you must be wondering, why is he back on eBay? And the first reason why I wanted to come back on eBay was to give it a fair shot. And rather than just doing some listings, I wanted to try the eBay shop. Now, initially when I started, I did not have that many minifigures to sell, so it wasn't worth getting the eBay shop page, because you can get up to 250 listings for £30 a month. So that works out as 12 pence per listing, which is a lot cheaper than the 35p. So now that I'm very close to that 250, so for me it makes it worthwhile to doing that. So that's one of the first reasons why I decided to give that a shot. Also, when you do a shop page, you kind of have like a nice layout of a page, and it looks better. People can actually shop for various items on there, and you can do some promotion. So I wanted to try that out and see how that worked, and I knew I'd be just paying the £30 per month, and then I can get 250 listings, and that's included in that. And then I can add some also auction listings, but I don't do that at this moment in time. And then every single additional listing is only just 12 pence as well. So there is a tiered system. You can pay a higher fee and then you get more listings. So it kind of comes down in terms of the unit price per listing, but I'm not at that scale yet to be able to go to that. But who knows, that might come in the future, right? So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to try that out, to give it a fair shot. And to be open and honest, eBay, for me, was at the time probably the best place to sell minifigures. Lots of people tend to check eBay for minifigures, and it is the best platform, at least in my opinion, to sell minifigures. You can command like a premium price versus places like BrickLink and Brick Owl, and generally, I've generated definitely more sales of minifigures on eBay. So when I stopped, I saw that pretty much slowing down significantly, so I decided I'll give it another shot that way. And And then when I thought about it as well, is that even by the time I quit, I never had any really bad experiences. So it was kind of probably like an emotional reaction, but I just felt like let's just go back and see how it comes, right? So touch wood, I still not had any bad customers, but it might still happen. Who knows, right? So I'm not waiting for those. So that's why I think I wanted to give it another go and see how it went. So it's been now about two full months now since I've been back on eBay using the shop, and things have been going okay, I would say. I still have several issues with eBay, and I'm gonna go talk about those in a minute. But it's definitely still for me one of the better platforms to sell, at least from the small value perspective from minifigures. Now, what are my issues still? So I still think that the fees are a high percentage of my revenue. So it's it's still not a great platform for selling low value items in my opinion. But for me, it is because I have that customer base there. That's why it's for me still the way to go. And open and transparently speaking, you'll just reflect that in the pricing now. So I am not listing my minifigures probably as cheap anymore as I did in the first place. In the first place, when I start people watching me, I start to give them offers just to like do some sales. Now people watch, I'm not sending out offers anymore. You either buy it at that price or it just stays there, because I know I pay my £30 fixed fee a month for those listings, and it's a cost that will cover by all the sales hopefully. So I don't deal with like many offers anymore. The other thing that still bothers me is like I still see a lot of negative stories when I'm watching YouTube videos. People are eBay usually siding with the buyers. That's still an issue, and they're making people jump through a lot of hoops to try and prove that that they've done everything, and then still they might side with the buyer. It's only sometimes when people have a large YouTube following and they've kind of promoted that, then YouTube actually, their customer service might actually come and talk to them and kind of try and resolve it. But it's almost like it's managing their bad PR. That's when they actually come to you and then they will resolve it. So as I said, I've not had any bad experience, so I can't really speak from a personal experience. So the also thing that I want to mention on here is that part of the issues that eBay say when you have a dispute, you have to show proof of postage, and they always want you to use their own postal system. So for me, I only tend to ship domestically, and I understand that eBay have a very good way of selling internationally for postage, and they recommend using that. And I probably say is a good thing to use that, at least from the UK perspective with all the customs and everything. But from a domestic perspective, they have all the couriers as well, like Royal Mail, and all the couriers that you can find in the UK. They're probably on there that you can find. But the pricing is the same as on Royal Mail. But now, if you were to run a small business, more often than not, you might have like your own franking machines, and that's a cheaper rate than you have. And remember, you're not only just selling necessarily on the eBay platform, you might be selling through other platforms as well. So that's why you might want to build that leverage. And if you do lots of sales, you will have your own, franking machine, and basically you pay a fee for that, but you get cheaper postage. Now, I'm pretty sure that eBay are taking all the different people's postage costs and get some nice rebates from all those distributors, so all those shipping companies, and they make quite a nice margin on there. I work in procurement, and if I were in procurement, that's the sort of thing that I'll be looking for. So they are taking a cut from the shipping for sure, and they're not passing that on to anybody. So for me, there's no incentive to use the eBay shipping, apart from the fact that it kind of gives you more of a guarantee that you can prove that you posted it. So, and also during COVID periods, a lot of the times they ask for a signature upon receipt. These things haven't been happening purely because of obvious reasons at the moment. So, and overall, it's this dispute fee as well that bothers me. I think it's like £14 in the UK, and it almost like encourage just fraud, right? So it feels like they have an interest in there being a dispute, and for me that sits ethically and morally, that just sits completely wrong. They want to have disputes because they make money out of it, and for me, it shouldn't be there. It's about providing a service and making sure that you deal with it, who's right and who's wrong, and in the end you fix the problem, and you make sure that whoever's in the right has a feeling that he's treated fairly, right? So and again, that's one of the issues that I see. And then there's still the managed payments. Now I've gotten over that now. Yes, I set myself to get it paid weekly. I was doing it at the daily rate, but it's just like, now I'll just do it weekly, and it comes through. Yes, there is a bit of a delay, but I've not had any issues with that. So I've gotten over the fact of managed payments. For me, that's no big deal anymore. And then one final thing that I've learned as well. Now, if you had, for example, an issue with one of the buyers, I've learned that when you run a shop, you can't give negative feedback. I'm like, what's this all about? So you can't actively, or at least I don't know. I haven't seen a way where you can post negative feedback, and that's very frustrating. If you have someone that's clearly trying to scam you, and you know you're in the right, and you've gone through the whole dispute process or whatever, you can't give negative feedback. I feel that that's wrong as well, and that's another issue that I have. I've never had to give any negative feedback, just so I'm clear. But again, I wish that option was there. It is not when you are selling from a shop perspective. And I would always recommend, I don't sell large value items, but if you were to always send it tracked. Now, I don't send things tracked because £3 to £5, it costs more to ship it than the actual value of the item. And if there was an issue, I'd probably just look to refund the buyer to avoid that £14 dispute fee and everything like that. So I'm not sure how that works with all the managed payments, but yeah. So there's clearly a lot of things that eBay should still resolve, because I do think over time, if they don't address these issues and more people are watching these videos on eBay and sellers are gradually pulling out, they're not going to win in the long run, right? So there's a lot of new platforms that are going to be coming up and take their market share. And there's always going to be other places like Facebook Marketplace and other things that are coming up and provide a similar service. So I think it ultimately is in eBay's interest to try and do something about it. But yeah, for now I'm going to stick with it, because lately it's, so for some reason the camera cut out there. So I was just saying that, yeah, what the future brings now for me, I am going to stick with eBay. I have no reason to currently leave. I can see if I have some issues down the road, I'll probably still stick with it, but I'll try and resolve it. But it's never nice when you have things like that, and I can understand why people are leaving the platform in droves. But I think they just need to, eBay need to acknowledge they have a problem, and until they do, it's still going to stay the same. And the only way that the problem will get acknowledged is when sellers are actively pulling out and when eBay hurts its own pockets, right? So and I think they might have seen that already happening. That's why they might have done their managed payments, because that's another way of them making money. So they're essentially moving PayPal out and taking that part on and taking PayPal's cut. So who knows what the future holds. For me, I will stick with eBay, but yeah, we'll see what comes along, right? So let us know what you think about eBay in the comments section. We're always eager to hear your stories and your feedback, because I have been watching lots of videos, as I mentioned in this video, and there's some wild stories out there, let me tell you. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like this video and give it a thumbs up, because that will help other people find this video who are watching YouTube. So yeah, we'll see you around soon for another video. Bye for now.